Hey everyone, and welcome to another What the hell is happening here? Because going on the twat and seeing Wendy Murphy with another absolutely stupendously stupid take is just what makes the day even better. Because Wendy Murphy had I don't know what happened to her. I thought she was a lawyer. But after it was disclosed by Boston 25 yesterday how much money Massachusetts wasted on two trials against a woman that was not guilty, Wendy's take is that Reed should be sued by the state for wasting the public's money. What? Reed was tried twice by the state, and now this lady wants her to pay for the state wasting $11,000 on a dog aggression specialist that never testified. This lady wants Karen Reed to pay the 800,000 Hank Brennan has cost the taxpayers of Massachusetts. I think she passed the bar exam. So she should be knowing a little bit about the law. But now she wants to put the expenditure over on an innocent person. It hurts to read something this dumb. Her lawyers should also be sued. Make them all repay the public for violating their right to a legal system where murderers can't use the courtroom as a toilet where they shit lies, mock judges, and corrupt juries. All of this, of course, is absolutely stupid because there are no proof of anything she said here. No one treated the courtroom as a toilet. No one mocked the judge, and absolutely no one corrupted the juries. What happened was Wendy Murphy was so dumb that she jumped on the wagon, a wagon that's run by Plevin and Kate Peters, and this woman jumped right on it because, hey, ABG always be grifting. This woman, she's a lawyer. She should be smarter when it comes to law, but no, it gets worse because people are then going in and saying, so is attorney an aspirational goal for you then? Try community college or at least get a GED. A GED would be more of an achievable goal for you. Spoken like an uneducated fool. Yawn. What it says about you that an uneducated fool keeps making you look silly. What is it about you that makes you so unwilling to get an education? Stomping your feet like an angry ape can be managed. Call your doctor. Can my doctor write me a prescription for an education? Of course she can. Psychiatrists are trained to humor the stupidest patients. Again, this is a lawyer who gets into a shit flinging fight on the twat because I don't know. It kind of seems to me that maybe she's been, I don't know if she's been hotboxing with Grant or something, but this can't be a grown up woman who went to law school. I know it takes a little bit of brain to become a lawyer. But at least the lawyers I know seems kind of okay in the brains department. But this is like a 16-year-old girl. This is what I would expect from Kate Peters or Twisted, not a lawyer. Then Jeff comes in and said, aside for how insane a thing that is to say in general, how is Karen Reed responsible for Morrissey's terrible financial decision? Did she make him drop 1 million plus on Brennan and Aperture instead of just using the DA and MSP expert who are already on the government payroll? She made a joke out of the legal system. A murder trial is not entertainment. Lying to win is disgraceful. She and her whole team are disgusting. Karen Reed didn't turn this into entertainment. I did. The Young Jerks did. Andrea Burkhardt did. Emily D. Baker did. Runkle of the Bailey did. And I would like to say thousands more, but just look at how many channels that jumped on this case, because it was fucking entertaining to see how badly the Massachusetts DA's office did this. But she wants to blame it on Karen Reed. The easiest way it wouldn't have been entertainment was for them not to charge an innocent woman. False, but you didn't come close to answering the question. How is Karen responsible for Morrissey lighting our cash on fire if he thinks the building full of his employees are too incompetent to try this case? Why is he employing them? Reed is responsible, obvious, because she's a murderer, idiot. I think isn't that defamatory? She was found not guilty. So how can she keep calling her a murderer? Well, are all murder charges handled by special prosecutors? Do we always drop $500,000 on accident reconstruction instead of the people who are already on payroll? When the murderer spends millions on lies or PR, the prosecution is obligated and owes a duty to the public to spend at least as much as more and more. No, they're not. There's no obligation. Actually, in America, it's actually often the other way around. The state can outspend any defendant because the state don't give two F's about how much money it spends. Just look at the spreadsheet for how much money that's been wasted on the Reed trial. That's why you have so many plea deals in America, because the state can spend all your taxpayer money. Doesn't matter if your school doesn't work or you have potholes. We want this criminal behind bars. There's no obligation. Again, this is a lawyer. This is a lawyer who thinks the state has an obligation to outspend the defense. I'm not sure she is not under some kind. I think it's a parody. When I looked at it, I thought, okay, it's one of the parody accounts because they sometimes makes them so good that you believe them. But this is just clowning. Absolutely clowning. Jeff comes back, citation needed, both on her spending millions on PR and on the district attorney's duty to light as much cats on fire it takes to outspend the defendant. If Morrissey thinks his employees are all too incompetent to try the case, he should probably hire better attorneys. You can't be this stupid. Or maybe you are sad. Go to community college. Again, get an education. Well, yours didn't help. So the jury was corrupt and defense team, but the CV ran a tight ship. I didn't say anything about the Commonwealth. Defend lies are legally allowed. That's an absolutely another lie, because there are ethical obligations for the defense as well. The only difference is they are not obligated to turn over incriminating evidence, as the state is obligated to turn over exculpatory evidence. But lawyers have an ethical obligation to not lie about stuff in their case. It's an ethical obligation, something she should know because she is a lawyer. Our legal system allows the defense to lie, which is why the public has so little respect for defense attorneys and their lying experts. That's another thing. You can't put an expert on the stand that you know is gonna lie. That's why, contrary to what the Commonwealth did, you have to have methodology that you can point to and say, as an expert, this is how I reached the result that John O'Keefe was never hit by a car, because then the Commonwealth can take that equation, go home, measure it out, and say, that's totally correct, or no, we believe it's wrong, so we can cross-examine you on this one. Again, she is a lawyer. She should know what she's saying is absolutely bullshit. The imbalance breed lawlessness. Again, there is no imbalance. They are not allowed to lie. It's unethical. Does some of them do it? Yes. Does a lot of states' attorneys do it? Yes. Are lies by the defense legally allowed, or are they actionable, create civil liability for the state's court experts? Defense lies are allowed. No, it's not. There are no sanctions available. Yes, there is. You can make a bar complaint against them. Prosecutors and cops, however, must be sanctioned. Well, then you have to call Morrissey, because Brennan lied about his meetings with Aperture. Remember that? He also lied about how his witnesses had lied to the FBI. He didn't disclose that. We know that Lally lied about his information about how much he had contacted the laboratory before the first trial. So you are saying that both Brennan and Lally must be sanctioned. Again, I think you are what's called slow in French, el retard. As well as lawsuits, none of these things are possible, even for blatant lies by the defense. Is that why Jackson didn't get sanctioned on the beginning on the second trial? No, that has nothing to do with that, because he didn't break any laws. Exactly. She would have sanctioned him, but her hands are tied. No, her hands are not tied. She could have removed his pro hoc allowance, so he couldn't be in her courtroom. She could do that. She could file bar complaints, but they didn't. Why? Because Brennan lied to her about the money that was paid to Arca after the first trial. So Brennan should actually have been sanctioned. I love how Wendy, and again, I can't believe she is a lawyer, but she is. Just like Caffey Daffy is a former FBI agent. But this shows you how stupid you have to be to believe Karen Read is guilty. This shows you how little brains you have to have rolling around in your head to keep fighting against a woman that was found not guilty. Why are you wasting your reputation, if you had any, as a lawyer, to sit and say bullshit like this that anyone can Google in 2 seconds is absolutely a fabrication of your own weird mind? I don't know what's wrong with Wendy Murphy. I don't know if it's the grift, because, hey, always be grifting, or she's getting old and it's getting slow up there. But this is horrendous. I would go and tell her, sadly, she blocked me. So this is my only outlet. Wendy, go back to law school. Get your license back, because I believe you let it slip. But if you still have it, maybe call the bar and say, hey, I really need that pamphlet about ethical rules, because I might have forgotten more than you ever taught me about it. There's no obligation for the state to outspend the defense. There was no PR campaign paid by Karen Read. And even if there was, it's okay. And there's no rules that says it's okay for the defense to lie and make their experts lie. You should know this. You are a lawyer. You're a bad lawyer. That's okay. You're on the wrong side in almost every case you talk about, but that's okay. The grift is good. You should do better.